Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. We've heard a lot of various different leaks and rumors about Black Ops 7 over the course of time. Obviously, thanks to the lovely thing known as the Call of Duty HQ, we've been getting bits and pieces of random COD 2025, which now turns out to be Black Ops 7 details for a while now, months, because of game files leaking in very ambiguous ways, right? And now that we've seen things officially confirmed through the Black Ops 7 reveal through other channels and whatnot, things are starting to line up very nicely with some of these leaks actually connecting now and having some more credibility behind them, including direct details on some Black Ops 7 multiplayer information. We also have some other specific gameplay leaks that have surfaced via the game files as of late as well. So this first bit of info stems from a Charlie Intel tweet saying a rumor on Black Ops 7 back in April that we covered here on the channel accurately revealed that the game was going to have a co-op campaign. We had several things surface in April from the game files talking about various things, some other inside information, other rumors, and one of the things mentioned was that the campaign should be a co-op experience, which personally pretty excited for. Gonna be messing around in that with the buddies, which should be a good time, right? However, the more important part is that part of this leak was already proven accurate, so now there's credibility behind it. And that same leak also claimed the game would have a 32 versus 32 mode in multiplayer. Black Ops 2 multiplayer maps were going to be remastered in a futuristic Japan-like theme, and we'd also see the largest zombies map ever. Now, this is particularly interesting for a handful of reasons, because in the original Black Ops 7 reveal blog that detailed everything right as they dropped the trailer and whatnot, they mentioned that at launch, we're obviously going to see a campaign experience, co-op confirmed, a zombies experience, round-based confirmed. They also mentioned brand new multiplayer maps. So originally the rumor was that Black Ops 2 maps are going to be remastered. Those were going to be the launch maps, similar to how in Modern Warfare 3 we had all the MW2 maps at launch. But now it seems like plans might have changed. Maybe they're a little bit ahead of schedule because of the development time on Black Ops 7 apparently being longer than ever at 5 years by the time it comes out, which is crazy. Perhaps Black Ops 2 maps will be remastered throughout the seasons. So, you know, season 1 we see 3 or 4 BO2 maps drop, and they've remastered Raid, they've remastered Slums, all these other maps, right? And then throughout the other seasons, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on and so forth, we see some of those other ones drop as well, which could be particularly interesting. But obviously the game has ties to Black Ops 2. We've seen a lot of that throughout the story trailer already with Menendez and everything going on there. So that would certainly add up. If Black Ops 2 maps were going to be appearing in the game, they're remastered a bit, they fit the overall theme of the storyline there. What I'm also particularly interested in is the fact that there's apparently going to be this 32 versus 32 mode. This is something that we haven't had a ton of support of for in COD in quite some time. Ground War has always been a favorite mode for me, dating back to, you know, MW2 back in the day. Not 2022, the one before that. But I've always loved Ground War. I've always loved the chaos of it. In Modern Warfare 2019, I absolutely loved it. Obviously, things changed up a little bit in like Cold War, where we had Fire Team, which was split up a little bit more. It was a bit different, a little bit of a different take on Ground War. Still large scale, pretty hectic, all things considered. But then in recent years, we haven't seen much for Ground War or this large team-based, you know, gameplay. It's always been 6v6 or 10v10 at max. Modern Warfare 3 had Ground War, but it didn't see much support. The devs specifically said actually during the year that they weren't really focusing too much on Ground War post-launch. They wanted to dedicate all their focus to making new 6v6 content, since that's where the bulk of the player base was at the time. Then of course this year we don't really even have Ground War as a true mode in the game. So seeing a 32 versus 32 mode return, I think would be absolutely awesome. Whether it is officially called Ground War, whether it's Fire Team, some iteration of Clash but for multiplayer, could be very cool. And obviously that's a large scale mode. It'd have to take place in a larger play space, whether that's cut down versions of Avalon, which we'll talk about here in a minute with a different leak that actually lines up very nicely, or if they're designing larger scale maps specifically for this. Only time is going to tell, of course, but it is something very cool. Then of course, largest zombies map ever could be very interesting if you're a fan of that. And by the way, as we're going through all the various leaks and rumors here today, if you guys enjoy the video, a like rating is always seriously appreciated. It really does help grow the channel. Share the video around, and if you're new to the channel, you want to make sure that each and every day you're on the know for all things going on my COD and you want to help get us one step closer to hitting 1 million subs, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications. Now, COD Warfare Forum has also leaked a handful of things as of late in regards to game files, kind of teasing things with the Saturn code name in game. First up, saying from older builds, but it does confirm Avalon is for the outbreak / objective mode here. Obviously, there's been a lot of talk. Is Avalon going to be Battle Royale? We had Ghost of Hope report a while back that it was scrapped for Warzone. It's going to be shifted to be a campaign and zombies based map for Outbreak. The files now line up with this yet again, but if Avalon's being designed for Outbreak is not necessarily played on the entire map. It's played on larger portions cut down like what we had back in Cold War. However, those are similar sized play spaces to what you'd experience in Ground War potentially, or 32 versus 32. So it's very possible that we actually see Avalon purposed into a multiplayer experience as well, potentially. It might be everywhere but Warzone by the end of it, which would just be a crazy outcome given the fact that it was first leaked for Warzone, but nonetheless, that sort of does tie in nicely with that original Ground War discussion. And then just talking a little bit about the objective and Outbreak-esque modes here, COD Warfare Forum also follows up saying there's green, yellow, orange, and red armor plates you can acquire in these. There's a small backpack, a medium backpack, a large backpack, plate carriers available as well. This shouldn't necessarily apply to Warzone. They might share some features like the plating animation and whatnot, things of that nature, but Warzone, I imagine, is going to be pretty standard to how it is now in terms of no backpack things going on there. This is more so meant for Outbreak and the objective stuff. And then another interesting leak that did surface from COD Warfare Forum. He says, reminder, there is a Cosmodrome map in Black Ops 7. It could be the Black Ops 1 launch remaster, as it has active map elements. So there are going to be active maps essentially in Black Ops 7, it would seem, on top of Black Ops 2 maps also reportedly being remastered for it. We could see some Black Ops 1 remasters in there as well. Launch was actually a rumor a while back. A lot of players thought that it could be actually returning for Black Ops 6 because of the time that it was leaked. There were various reports on that of course we covered, but active maps I think would be really cool, having the ability to actually do the launch, close and open large gates and open up new rush routes and things like that, or cut off choke points. Always a cool feature. Black Ops 1 back in the day had a lot of cool things like that. I remember on like Hotel being able to take the elevators, or on launch being able to do things. Kowloon with the zip lines. Having a map that feels a little bit more active, interactive, I guess is the better word, and almost alive, I think is really cool and sort of evolves as the match goes on. So curious to see if that's something that just applies to maybe some remasters here, or if that's actually a focus as they're going through and designing various different map elements for Black Ops 7. But that said, some pretty interesting multiplayer leaks, and then by association, by extension here, few zombies / outbreak leaks as well. Obviously, as time goes on, we're just going to start to see more and more and more details surface, either via the COD HQ and it leaking things with new gameplay updates, or via official reveals, other inside information surfacing. As we get into new details on anything going on, you guys know I'm gonna keep you up to date right as it all happens, so stay tuned for that by hitting that subscribe button, turning on those post notifications. And if you enjoyed this video, a like rating on your way out would be really appreciated. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.